I'm Derek and welcome to my video lesson how to learn and play ghost notes. And I get this question a lot of times when I'm teaching or also via social media, and I will explain my concept to you in this lesson. So one important thing of ghost notes for me is to play dynamically with your snare drum hand. And this is what it makes very hard to play, that you don't play all strokes very loud or all strokes very soft. And you can do a few exercises on your practice pad, for example with the book Stick Control with the first page, number 1 till 13, and try to play all strokes with your right hand, playing loud, and all strokes with your left hand, playing very softly, okay? So, number 1 is number 2, number 3, doubles. Now let's move on to the paradiddles. Okay, and so on and on. So try this with all 13 exercises. And the goal is to play strong accents with your right hand and very soft and very small motions with your left hand. And I recommend to play the soft notes with your left or with your snare drum hand with your wrist, not with your fingers, okay? So I control all the strokes, I say 90%, 95% with my wrist. It's more or less 1 or 2 inches above the pad or the drum head where I play these strokes. Okay, what you also can do is, of course, play the stick control page very softly with a very little motion on the practice pad, or even better, directly on the snare drum. Yeah, that you play. As quiet as possible without getting multiple strokes. Huh? Okay, really precise and really clearly one stroke. For example, doubles. Now let's move on to the paradiddle section of the stick control. It's number 5, 6, 7 and 8. And we are now doing a different accent thing with these exercises, okay? So what I do is to accent the first stroke of 4 beats. Okay, pay attention or be really careful to play in this height, that you play like here, okay? This is very important. When you play them here, then you don't have the difference between the accented and unaccented or ghost notes. For example, it's still a paradiddle, but not played with soft ghost notes like. Okay, this takes a while, but it's worth it to practice it, because after a while you develop the control in your hands. Let's move on to number 6, to the second paradiddle. So it's still the single paradiddle, but shifted or permutated. So you're starting again with the accent on each of 4 beats of or one 4-note grouping. So I have now right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Sounds like this. Okay. Next number, you're starting with a double stroke in the beginning. So now we are playing an accent and with the same hand directly an unaccented stroke. And to practice this technique, I strongly recommend to practice the full down tap up motions. There's another video I've made about these 4 strokes. These are very important when you want to develop the control of the strokes. Okay, I will put a link here somewhere. And so this is the 3rd paradiddle with the accent again on the first of 4-note grouping. And the last one has the accent on the 2nd stroke of the double stroke. So it's right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Okay, so you're doing an upstroke to prepare the accent. So the number 4 of the paradiddles. Now let's move on to the drum set. So now we are playing the stick control exercises on the hi-hat and the snare drum. The right hand is playing on the hi-hat and the left hand is playing on the snare drum. So when you're playing open-handed or left-handed, then you're switching, of course, the sticking. So the first number is right, left, and I play the right hand loud and the left hand very softly, okay? So what I now do is to play, for example, number 3, the double stroke roll, and I speed it up after a while. If I wouldn't play the snare drum in this level of volume or volume level, then it would sound like this. So try this again with all 13 numbers from the stick control page to develop the control of the left hand. Let's move on to the paradiddle sticking, and now I'm playing again the accents of the paradiddle. So this is the first paradiddle with an accent of the first note of each 4-note grouping. Of course, you can speed up the paradiddles and play some bass drum patterns underneath to develop a groove. Okay. Now let's move on to a typical, in my opinion, typical standard ghost note groove and I will start to play the groove without ghost notes, so you can hear and listen what this groove sounds, and then we will do some adjustments, okay? And I will play the right hand on the right cymbal, that I have more freedom with the left hand to shape the volume, okay? As you know, and you know my channel, I'm an open-handed player, but I try to explain it for right-handed players. So this was the basic groove without any dynamics. And as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, most of the time when students try to play ghost notes, they play both hands quieter, okay? Sounds like this. But in relationship, there are no ghost notes. So what we are doing now is to play the right hand as loud as we did before at the beginning, and then play all the strokes with your left hand, again, all strokes softly, okay? This, for most students, is hard to do, okay? Now the next step. I play only the main snare drum strokes, which are on beat 2 and 4, loud, and the rest of the strokes, so it's between strokes, or between the right cymbal strokes, I play softly. So now we have ghost notes. Sounds like this. So be careful that the right cymbal doesn't change. So you play the same volume over and over again with your right hand, but switching between two levels with your left hand. So what you can do is, for example, to play one ghost note as a loud accent, so it's not a ghost note anymore, and the other one softly, and so on and on. So we can switch, okay? So the main beats on the snare drum on 2 and 4 stay all the time accents, and I will switch the dynamics of the ghost notes. Then of course try different hi-hat or right cymbal accents or accent patterns, and I will demonstrate it with a quarter note accent on the right cymbal bell, and the eighth notes or the end of the notes is here on the right cymbal. So I have And this shouldn't change while you're playing with your left hand the accented and ghost note combination, okay? So this is my basic concept to develop the ghost notes, and I recommend to pick one groove from one song you like. For example, a Chili Pepper song, or one famous groove is from the Spin Doctors. And there are so many grooves with ghost notes, and try to play and practice them very slowly in the beginning. Pay attention to the dynamics, the sound. Take your time to develop the ghost notes, okay? So have fun with this concept. Let me know again here in the comments what you think about, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.